Good evening, everyone. Can everybody hear me? Y'all hear me in the back? Welcome to the meeting of Mayor and Council this May the 28th, 2019. I'll call the meeting to order officially at 6 p.m. Our first order of business is our invocation, which will be given by Council Member Leslie McPherson, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Lord, we thank you for this evening. Thank you for the men and women who sacrificed for us, that we have the privilege of being born or raised in the freest country in the world. And Lord, I just pray that we will pay proper tribute to them by keeping it free, Lord, and protecting our liberties. Thank you for those brave men and women who have done that for us. And Lord, I just ask that we will also be honorable in our dealings, that we'll be honest, that we will put in the effort to do well and do good by the people of Villa Rica. And I just pray for your blessing over our city, over our employees, Lord, and us as we try to make good decisions for our city. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, we have several ceremonial presentations tonight. The first one is reappointment of Monroe Speck to the Housing Authority Board. And Monroe, I spoke to him personally about this, and he is willing to do that. And his term expired, and if the council so desires, his new term, is that a 4-year appointment, or, you know? Yes. So if y'all are 3 years, I'm sorry, it's 3 years. So that is an appointment by me to the Housing Authority. Monroe, as most everybody knows Monroe, he was a mayor for many, many, many years here in Villa Rica, and a local historian, and will do a great job on the Housing Authority, no doubt. So item number 2 is reappointment of Michael Young to the Recreation Advisory Commission, and Ms. Coleman, you're going to do that when I'm told?
So absolutely. This is a reappointment. It would be a 3-year reappointment. I had an opportunity to speak, of course, with Mr. Michael Young, and certainly he's amenable to continuing to serve on the Recreation Advisory Committee. So he's been definitely helpful over the last few years, and I don't know if you have any other questions. I don't see him, and he's normally here, so.
And we will, Council, if it's your desire, we will vote on this appointment, and then Mr. Young, we will swear him in at the next meeting. So do I hear a motion that we appoint Michael Young, reappoint him?
I make that motion to reappoint Michael Young to the Recreation Advisory Committee for a 3-year term.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? It is unanimous. Item number 3 is appointments to the Downtown Development Authority, and Janet Chumley is going to handle this.
I'm getting better at standing back of my mic. So the goal for the DDA is to have 7 members, and we had 2 available positions on the DDA board. The DDA board interviewed several potential candidates and voted to appoint Matthew Montahan, City Councilman, back on the DDA with a term expiring 7/12/2019, and also appoint Andy Hill to the DDA to fill an unexpired term of Ryan Clark, who resigned in March of 19. Staff recommendation is to appoint Matthew Montahan back to the DDA to fill his unexpired term, and appoint Andy Hill to the DDA to fill the unexpired term 7/13/2019, again of Ryan Clark, who resigned in March of 2019. Because both terms are expiring soon, staff's recommendation is to reappoint both Matthew Montahan and Andy Hill to the DDA for a 4-year term that begins 7/1/2019 and expires 6/30/2022.
And just for those that may be wondering, Matt is obviously on the council. As far as I can remember, this is the first time we will have a council member on DDA's board. And, but we checked with Mr. Mecklin, and he said that was completely permissible. And I think Matt will do a great job on the board. So I would entertain a motion to approve. We'll take them one at a time. Matt Montahan?
I'd like to actually make a motion to table, and this is why. Not only do we not have one of our council people, but I had never saw a resume or anything on Mr. Hill. I know nothing about him. Usually we have a resume and there's no resume attached or anything.
Attached his application to the city council agenda.
Didn't you say we're doing one at a time?
Yeah, we're gonna do them one at a
So this would
time.
be just for Matthew right now.
Can we do Matt Montahan first, and then if you want to table the second one, we can certainly entertain that.
Okay, I would make a motion to table Matthews until till Gill is also here.
All right, now, you know there's two appointments, right?
Mm-hmm,
So you're gonna table Matt's and the other one?
correct.
Okay, so
Well, I'm gonna ask. I don't know whether it'll get tabled or not. I'm only one vote.
Okay, so you're gonna make a motion. The motion is to table Matt Montahan's nomination to the DDA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do I hear a second on that motion? Hearing none, the motion dies.
I make a motion that we add Matt Monahan back to the DDA and appoint Andy Hill, both to 4-year terms expiring 6/30/22.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Not, all in favor? All opposed? Is that a 4? You're voting yes, right?
No, I actually opposed.
Okay, so the vote, Matt wouldn't vote for himself, I'm assuming, so.
Yeah, I think it was a 2-to-1 vote for Matthew and a 3-to-1 vote on Andy Hill.
Well, we hadn't voted on Andy.
The motion included both of them.
Yeah, I did the motion on, it's showing down here.
Oh, I
for
didn't
both
hear
of
that
them.
part. So, okay,
I made the motion as it appears.
sorry, I apologize. Thank you.
And probably, since they were added together, Matt probably shouldn't have voted at all, so I think it would have passed 2-to-1. You may
Right,
want to
yeah.
revote just to make the record clear.
Do you want to handle them one at a time? Is that what you want to do?
No, I think probably let's do it one at a time, just to be sure.
Well, that's, yeah.
That's what you originally intended.
Okay, let's start over.
Well, what do I know?
Let's have a do-over.
All right, I'll make a motion, we add Matt Monahan back to the DDA for a 4-year term with expiring on 6/30/2022.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion? Not, all in favor? Matt, don't vote. All opposed? 2-1.
I apologize for not, I should have squeezed this in on discussion, but part of my no vote, because I have a good working relationship with Matt, I like Matt, but I'm a little concerned about one of us having undue influence on a board
Okay.
that carries that much weight. So, anyway, that's why on that one. The other one, I'd like to see an application. I didn't see it in my packet anywhere.
Okay, the second person that's recommended is
Andy Hill. Andy Hill.
Andy Hill. So
And
do I hear a
Andy's here.
recommendation to either,
One was not a packet on Andy Hill.
I did attach the application, I'm not sure.
Wouldn't it be on here right now? It would be attached, see, it has a cover, it has a cover sheet, but it has nothing else with the cover sheet. I'm on Civic Clerk.
No idea.
council, what is you want to make a motion to table?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we have a motion to table to the next meeting. Do I hear a second? Hearing none, the motion dies. Substitute motion.
I'll make a motion that we add Andy Hill, since he was recommended by the staff, to a 4-year term expiring 6/30/22.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any further discussion?
Only discussion is, the reason for my no vote is because I have no information on the candidate whatsoever. So I know nothing about the candidate.
Okay. All in favor? All opposed? It is 3-1. Okay, our next item of business, thank you, Janet. Next item of business is the oath of office for my fishing partner tomorrow morning. David, if you'll come forward, we'll get that out of the way, and we can go fishing tomorrow. We really are going fishing. But just want to say a couple of things about David without making him red-faced up here, but David has come on like a house of fire here in the last 6 months. Especially, he has started coming to meetings and gotten involved, and it all came from a conversation like a couple of other people, I won't call you out, in the room, and I said, you know, get involved in your city, do things, come to the meetings, know what's going on. And a couple of people in this room right now took me up on that, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate your willingness to serve on this board. It's a very important board, and I know that you'll do a great job. So, and that appointment is to the Villa Rica Development Authority. So if you'll raise your right hand, and I'm going to read this, and at the end, if you'll just say I do or I will. I, David Rogers, do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully perform the duties as an appointed board member of the Villa Rica Development Authority. I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I, by the laws of the state of Georgia, am prohibited from holding. I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia. I will perform the duties of my office in the best interest of the city of Villa Rica to the best of my ability without fear, favor, affection, reward, or expectation thereof. And your term is from 6/1/2019 to 5/31/2023. And you're...
I will.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
We'll get you to sign this, David. I'll sign it over here. Okay, the next item of business is item number 5, and that's a mayor appointment of Nancy Stoltz Jeffries to the Cemetery Commission. So without any exception by the council, I would recommend that we place her on the Cemetery Commission. Okay. Item number 6 is one that I'm very happy to be a part of, and that's recognition of the Villa Rica High School Academic Decathlon. And I'm going to read you the prepared statement because I think everybody needs to know what we're talking about here. But before I do that, most of you know that my life has been around young people